You ever heard the phrase, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Turns out it's true. Hi, welcome to DoodleHealth, a game for teaching health information using pictures rather than just text. The start of this game came a couple years ago when we were looking at ways to improve a patient and their family's recall, comprehension, and retention of the discharge instructions as a patient left the hospital. When a patient checks out of the hospital, often there are certain restrictions their doctor wants them to watch out for, maybe some health problems that can come up if they're not checking to make sure their temperature doesn't rise above a certain point, or worried about maybe a little bit of cyanosis or swelling or that kind of thing. And so when a patient checks out of a hospital, they're given a packet of discharge instructions. Now, typically, a medical assistant sits down with the person or their family that's going to help take care of them and goes through this packet, carefully reviewing what things they need to watch out for, what they need to be careful about, what kind of diet restrictions they may have to be on so they don't have any complications with their medications. And then they ask them if they have any questions. Turns out that when this information is carefully typed up and printed and even handed to the patient, their comprehension and their retention of the information and their ability to recall it isn't that wonderful. In fact, it's surprisingly quite dismal. So the research was, what if we instead used pictographs, pictures, as part of this text information that's presented to the patient? So rather than just having the text say, watch for leg swelling, we actually have a little pictograph representing a leg swelling. Turns out that in doing this, their comprehension and their ability to retain, their recall, was significantly improved based on having pictographs as part of these discharge instructions. This is what started a simple game called DoodleHealth. The purpose of the game was try to collect a wide variety of images. Although we hired a professional artist to create the original discharge instruction images, it was difficult to come up with a picture that meant the concept we were trying to convey to a wide variety of people. People have different backgrounds, both culturally and just what they've been exposed to, and so the same picture doesn't mean the same thing to a variety of people. So now we have a great game that's based on drawing pictures for concepts originally for health information. We decided to adapt it further to teach teenagers nutrition concepts for taking better care of their health. And so you can see this if you go to a website. You can just type in DoodleHealth.com and you'll come up with this page right here that's for playing this game. We found that it's best if kids that we're trying to involve in this can compete as a community. So here are the four communities that we've got involved in playing this game. I'm going to choose the first one, 4-H Kids in the Kitchen. This is a local group based in Salt Lake. Now, as kids are playing, they're able to play anonymously if they want to, or they can put their username and email address in so they can compete for prizes. We offer some prizes as rewards for the best drawings or the people that are most involved in this game. So I'm going to put my username in and my email address and say sign in, and I'm given the two options for the game, which are to draw new images or to guess them. Let's try the first option, to draw images. Now, some of the terms are rather challenging to draw. Some of them are rather easy. So here they're allowed to choose, do they want to go for some of the easier images to draw or some of the more challenging ones, or maybe some in the middle. I'm not a very good artist, and I'm not currently using, this was designed to work on a phone or a tablet where they maybe even have a stylus for better drawings. I'm doing this on a computer, so obviously I'm drawing a little bit worse because I just have my mouse. We're going to choose easy, and hopefully it's an easy one. So here's a concept for teens to take better care of their health. Turn off the TV and get moving. So now my challenge for the game is to try to find a way to draw an image that represents this. So maybe I'll choose black, and we'll draw a little TV set here. It'll be an old TV set that has the little rabbit ears and the digital flat panel screens. Hopefully it looks like a TV to most teens. here would be an example of maybe culturally, it doesn't always mean TV. And then maybe for get moving, I'm going to draw a picture of a guy who's jogging. So here's my attempt at someone jogging. Obviously, I'm not the most artistic person. We'll add little action lines in to hopefully make it look more like jogging. Okay, not my best image, but you get the idea. They can simply draw an image. Once they've got one that they're happy with, and you could clear this one, we'll go ahead and save this and submit it. So here's my picture of draw it, turn off the TV and get moving. A guy that's turned off the TV. Maybe I'll put a slash through this so that he can get moving. And then I can click save. Once I do that, to my community, I'm given a number of points. In this case, 20 points for drawing a simple image. So in this session that I've been doing, apparently I've drawn more than one image or made more than one guess. I have a total score, and that has been added to a community score. And there's a fun little graphic so that, and these scores at the current moment are meaningless. We need to reset these. These are just for testing. This lets you compete as a community, trying to submit good drawings and make good guesses on different things for the game. Now let's show you what the guessing is like. So in here, if I had chosen instead to guess, and let's choose easy images, instead you'll see a picture someone else drew, and then options of different health concepts that could go along with this image. In this case, it looks like they're saying no to soda and yes to skim milk. So I'm looking through the list. Drink non-fat or low-fat milk instead of soda. So here's the choice that's associated with that. I'll make a guess on that. If it's a good enough image, I'll get it right. Apparently I did. Yay! Now I've got 5 more points added to my community score. I also have the option I could draw a picture of that very thing for myself. So if I guess on a picture that I think, that gives me a good idea of how I could do that better. Here's a chance to do that. Or you can make more guesses, or you can submit more images to the contest. Now, if you would like to see some of the images that people have submitted, we have a feature called Gallery that lets you view images that other people have done. Here's some rather nice ones done. Here's a drink water instead of regular soda that, boy, whoever drew this really, you can see it took a little bit of time to carefully draw exactly that concept going on. And you can see a wide variety and quality of images that have been submitted to this DoodleHealth. We collect all the statistics for this, so we know what percentage of people were able to guess this concept from this image. We're also keeping track of the different communities, and by having multiple people draw pictures of the same health concept, we can find out, hey, maybe there's one image that better represents water or other health concepts over others. So it's a very simple game. It involves either guessing or drawing, gaining points for the community groups that you're with, and then we're left with a large crowdsourced set of images that we can then make publicly available to any company or group that wants to be able to communicate those same health information to other individuals. And then, of course, once a week, the best image that did the best job communicating the information will be chosen for a prize. So that's our game. Now, in terms of administration, we do have behind this an admin page that lets us look at some of the statistics behind those terms. So here's a set of images, and you can see that that one that I guessed right apparently has been guessed right a total number of 1, so it's probably a new image. All the different images, you can see them grouped by the different communities. You can also see how many were the most correct or not. There are other options to go in there and actually moderate current images. So since I submitted one to the list, and it looks like there's been a couple more that have been submitted. Here's that image that I've put. The moderator can view the image and make sure it's appropriate before it's made again public on the website. They can also choose inappropriate images to delete it, or they can choose to modify the image to remove any objectionable content that is part of it. Other choices involve maybe taking the images that had been drawn. You can see there's some that were professionally drawn, seeded when the program first came out, and they're shown here. And then you can link them up to a set of the current concepts. Now, this list of terms that started out just as health concepts has been modified to be specifically for teaching teens health. that's our game. Hopefully you'll try it out, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. All you have to do to get to it is type in DoodleHealth.com, and you'll come up with this first screen. And I'll sign out as me, so you can see the main screen that comes up, DoodleHealth.com. Thank you.